Hi kindergarten, Mrs. Costellic here, and I'm in my garden. There's lots of bees all around me because they're really happy today. They're on the lavender, they're on the Scotch broom, and they're just sipping all that nectar. Now I thought this was a perfect time to talk about the difference between fiction and nonfiction. So I have two books here. I have this one, From Flower to Honey, and you can see it has a photograph on it. It's by Robin Nelson, and it's more of a scientific book. And you can tell all photographs inside. Now, usually, if a book is all photographs, a lot of times it is nonfiction. Okay? I'm going to read it to you real quick here in a minute. And then I have this other cute little story called The Very Greedy Bee by Steve Smallman. He's the author, and then illustrated by Jack Tickle. So Jack Tickle did the pictures, and you can see this bee looks very friendly and very cute, like a little cartoon. This looks like fiction. It's made up. So let's go ahead and find out. Let's learn some facts about bees. From Flower to Honey. Honey is a sweet treat. How is it made? Flowers open. So there's a beautiful flower, and that attracts the bees. Bees fly to the flower. Yep, there it goes. Bees drink the nectar inside. So they have a long tongue called a proboscis, and they slurp the nectar out of the flower. Bees fly home, and these are some brightly colored beehives. Bees store the nectar. Now these are actually wax cells. It's the honeycomb, and that wet stuff inside is the nectar that they store. And there's also some baby bees inside, larvae. You can see those white things. Those are pictures of baby bees. A beekeeper takes the honeycomb. So this one is a different kind, another hive, but it's in an orchard. The beekeeper removes the honey. Now he removes it with a special tool called an extractor, which spins all those frames of honeycomb, and it all runs down to the bottom. The beekeeper puts the honey in jars. The honey is sent to the stores, and if you ever shop with mom or dad, you know that the honey is usually with the peanut butter and the jelly. Time to eat, and this little girl is eating waffles with honey. It looks delicious. So this beautifully photographed book, From Flower to Honey, is nonfiction. It's real. Now I have another cute one. This one is The Very Greedy Bee. Remember this one by Steve Smallman and illustrated by Jack Tickle. So be thinking of all the ways you can tell this is fiction. It's made up. So here we go. Let's start. In a busy, buzzy beehive lived a very greedy bee. All the other bees worked hard making honey and cleaning the hive, but the greedy bee spent all day gobbling pollen and guzzling nectar. Slurp, slurp, burp. Slurp, slurp, burp. Oh, look how cute he is. The greedy bee wouldn't share his nectar with anyone. He wouldn't even let a tired ladybug sit on his flower. "Find your own flower," he shouted. "This one is mine." Ooh, look at his little face. And when one day the greedy bee found a meadow full of the biggest, juiciest flowers he had ever seen, he decided not to tell anyone. "Yummy!" he buzzed. "Lots and lots of flowers, and they're all for me. Wow!" The greedy bee whizzed and bizzed from flower to flower, slurping and burping and growing fatter. Well, we know bees don't usually burp, so We know that makes it fiction. He grew fatter and fatter and fatter. At last, his tummy was full and he settled down on a big pink flower in the warm yellow sunshine and fell fast asleep. Uh-oh. When the greedy bee woke up, it was dark. He tried to fly, but his tummy was so roly and poly that biff, bang, thump. He went down instead of up and crashed, biff, bang, thump, to the ground. I'm scared, cried the greedy bee, and I don't know how to get home. Then he saw 2 glowing eyes in the long grass. Eek! A monster is coming to eat me! Oh dear. But it wasn't a monster. It was 2 friendly fireflies, their bottoms glowing in the dark. What's wrong? They asked. I'm too full to fly, wailed the greedy bee, and I can't walk home in the dark. Oh, follow us, said the fireflies, and they all set off on the long, long journey home. Through forests of flowers and squishy mud, over the hills and under the stars trudged the greedy bee. He had never walked so far and he was very tired. Nearly there, called the fireflies. Then they heard the whoosh of rushing water. I'm almost home, cried the greedy bee excitedly. It's the stream, and it was, but his hive was on the other side of it. Oh no, said the greedy bee sadly, flopping down on the grass. How will I ever get across? We'll help you, said a tiny ant with a big leaf. Do you see him up there? The ant and his friends flipped the big leaf into the water. Jump on, they cried. Helped by the fireflies, the greedy bee and the ants made their way, splishing and splashing to the other side of the stream. Aww. Hooray, I'm home, cheered the greedy bee. Where have you been? Asked the other bees. I overslurped, said the greedy bee. I would never have made it home if my new friends hadn't been so kind. Now I'm going to share my best honey with them. Would you like some too? Yes, said the other bees. Let's have a party. Do bees have parties? No, more fiction. That's what makes it fun. Everyone enjoyed a midnight feast of yummy, runny honey, all except for one very sleepy, very happy, but not so greedy bee. Look at him. There's all the bees resting in their cells. So we have a work of fiction by Steve Smallman, and then we have nonfiction over here by Robin Nelson. So a lot of times photographed books are a work of nonfiction because then you can learn factual things about the natural world. So I hope you enjoyed the books about bees. Look what I have. I have something really cute to show you. It's my bee puppet. Now let me show you something. Now I promise, I only have 5 fingers, but look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 legs on this bee because bees are insects and they have 6 legs. This bee has a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. Head, thorax, and abdomen. 3 parts of a bee. And there's 4 wings on this bee. Very cute. And of course it has antenna. And you can't see its proboscis, that long slurpy tongue in here. But I thought you'd enjoy it. So bzzz. See you later. Bye, boys and girls.